Imagine you're looking at a painting, 10 different people, 10 different stories. Isn't it intriguing how our mind paints the world around us? Welcome to the powerful and fascinating world of perception. Every single one of us perceives the world in our unique way. This inherent subjectivity of perception, a force that shapes our individual thoughts, our collective understanding, but what shapes this perception? It's not just our five senses, our brain's shortcuts. Here's a thought to ponder. How often is our perception accurate? Ever wondered how our perceptions shape our reality? Let's hear a real-life story. Admiral James, a captive during the grim era of the Vietnam War, offers an impressive portrayal of how powerful perception can be. He was held captive for over 7 torturous years. The circumstances were harsh, inhuman, yet he prevailed. How? The answer rests within his viewpoint. Stockdale was a realist. He acknowledged the severity of his circumstances, knowing his freedom was not something he could regain immediately. However, he also held the belief that he would ultimately triumph. This philosophy, the Stockdale Paradox, became his beacon during those challenging times. His perception allowed him to endure torture, isolation, and uncertainty while keeping his spirit undaunted. Remember, Stockdale's perception wasn't a form of denial or delusion, saw his grim surroundings not as a prison camp but as a test of endurance, a challenge to conquer. His captors and torturers were adversaries to outwit and outlast. Stockdale's story is not only a testament to the power of perception. Let us ask ourselves, how do we perceive our own challenges? Are we allowing our perceptions to empower us or limit us? These are vital discussions, as our perceptions can shape not just our personal narratives but also the culture and success of our organizations. Imagine your mind as a magician, pulling rabbits out of hats. Prepare to unravel these illusions as we journey into the realm of human cognition. There's a chasm existing between perception and reality, and to bridge gap, we must probe deeper. Our first spotlight shines on attention, our brain's selective filter that decides what takes center stage from an infinite sea of stimuli. It's akin to a spotlight on a stage, illuminating the protagonist, while the rest fades into obscurity. Yet, our choice of focus can sometimes distort our perception of reality. Next on the stage is interpretation. This is our mind's mechanism of decoding the information gathered, but beware, our brain tends to color these interpretations based on past experiences, beliefs, and values, much like looking through a tinted pair of glasses. Then enters memory, a not-so-perfect reconstruction of our experiences, influenced by our current emotions and beliefs. Our memories can sometimes resemble a game of telephone, where the original message blurs with each retelling. Together, these cognitive processes can often create a chasm between perception and reality. This gap is not only critical to our personal growth, but also holds the key to business success. So buckle up and let's delve deeper into this fascinating world of mind, perception, and reality. Imagine your business as a skyscraper. What do you think is its foundation? What if I told you that your perception could make or break your business? Let's explore this critical perspective. In business, perception can make or break a company's success. Think about it. Perception shapes how consumers see your brand, influencing their purchasing decisions. It's the reason why some businesses thrive while others flounder. It's the difference between being seen as a leader in your industry or just another player. Take, for instance, the tech giant, Apple. Their perception as an innovator and trendsetter has been crucial to their success. They aren't merely selling gadgets, they're selling an experience, a lifestyle. They've managed to cultivate a perception of their brand as user-friendly and cutting-edge. This perception has led to a devoted customer base willing to stand in line for hours to get their hands on the latest release. Perception also impacts the internal dynamics within a business. If employees perceive their leaders as fair, transparent, and supportive, they are more likely to feel engaged, perform better, and stay with the company longer. On the other hand, if a company is perceived as having a toxic culture, it can lead to high turnover rates, low morale, and ultimately decreased productivity. Consider the case of Google, a company often lauded for its positive work culture. Employees there perceive their workplace as innovative and inclusive, leading to high job satisfaction and retention rates. Google's strong internal perception has undoubtedly contributed to its overall success. But managing perception isn't just about image crafting. It's about authenticity, about ensuring that the perception aligns with the reality. It's about recognizing the cognitive biases and emotions that can color our perceptions. striving to bridge the gap between perception and reality. This requires self-awareness, critical thinking, and empathy. Qualities every business leader should strive to cultivate. It's about understanding how your actions, your communication, your products, and your services are perceived, and then aligning that perception with your company's core values mission. Business leaders must recognize the power of perception and strive to bridge the perception-reality gap. To ignore the power of perception is to risk losing touch with your customers, your employees, and ultimately, your path to success. Perception versus reality, an age-old battle. But are you ready to take the challenge of bridging the gap? This is your call to action today. Promoting self-awareness, critical thinking, and empathy. A three-pronged approach to conquer this gap. But how do we proceed? Let's unveil this journey. Self-awareness, the first step, a deep dive into your own personality. Asking questions like, what are my strengths and weaknesses? What biases do I carry? How do my actions interact with the world? Unearthing the answers to these questions can help us understand our perceptions, confront our biases, and work towards them. Moving on to critical thinking, not just a tool for problem solving, but a method to question the norm. Could there be another challenging perceptions, examining evidence for or against them, and acknowledging that our view might just be one of many possible interpretations. Next comes empathy, the art of stepping into another's shoes through their eyes, especially when their perspective contrasts ours. Empathy is the magic that lets us look past our own biases to understand others' realities. These strategies are not just theoretical, they have real-world benefits. For individuals, they can lead to better decision-making, stronger relationships, and an enriched sense of fulfillment. For businesses, these techniques can foster better leadership, enhance team dynamics, and innovative thinking. They assist businesses to better comprehend their customers, employees, and the markets they work in. It's not just about understanding, it's about taking action. It's about employing this comprehension to bring about positive changes in our lives and the lives of others. Bridging the perception-reality gap is not a one-off task. This journey involves constant questioning, learning, and growth. It's about striving to understand ourselves and others better every single day. So why wait? Let's embark on this journey. Let's foster self-awareness, critical thinking, and empathy. Let's start bridging the perception-reality gap. Because while perception may be a formidable force, it's not an invincible one. Remember, bridging perception-reality gap is a continuous journey, but one that can lead to greater understanding and success. Are you ready to unlock the power of self-awareness and change your perception of reality?